This is Matrixlord212, and you guys know me last year as making tons of Ghostbuster videos supporting the girls for Ghostbusters 2016 movie Answer the Call. Now, as I said many times over, I love the movie. I supported the girls. I supported Paul Feig. I supported the whole project. And I even said that, yes, there was going to be a sequel. And many people had voiced their opinions, some vulgar, some disgusting, some professional, that I'm out of my mind, bashing me in every which way. A sequel is never going to happen. Even today, someone had the nerve to bash me as an American and say I'm a fat slob and that basically Ghostbusters 2 is never going to happen. Well, I'm here to say that with so much happiness and joy, that Ghostbusters 2 is happening. And that Matrixlord212, me, told you so. Because I've said it over and over. Nobody wanted to believe me. So I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. Ghostbusters 2 is happening. Now, you may be shocked. You may be jumping out windows. You may go crazy. No! Matrixlord's right. Well, I am right. And I'm going to prove it to you because I'm going to read the story today from Ivan Reitman himself, talking about the project. So let's do it. Okay, so this is an exclusive. Ghostbusters producer reveals plans to unite the old and the new team of Ghostbusters in Ghostbusters 2. That's right. Sequels coming, people. Matrixlord212 is right. And I'm eating it up. All right, so here we go. Sony gave new life to Ghostbusters franchise in 2016. Ghostbusters, directed by Paul Feig and starring Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones, and Kristen Wiig. Aside from the great story and cool visuals, that's right, great story and cool visuals, this was a complete reinvention of the franchise, which meant it existed separately from the original franchise. But despite the separation, fans have been eager and hopeful to eventually get the new and old teams together for one awesome adventure. Well, as we learned, exclusive interview with Movie Pilot, it shouldn't be too long until that happens. Yes, that's right, it's happening. Co-creator of the franchise and director of the first two Ghostbuster movies, Ivan Reitman, and original Ghostbuster Ernie Hudson sat down for an interview with Movie Pilot's very own Super News Live to commemorate Ghostbuster Day. In the interview, we learned that there's something quite big coming our way in the franchise. It's time to cross the streams, bringing the past and present Ghostbuster generations together. Reitman revealed that the plan was to have the old and the new Ghostbuster teams eventually collide in one film. When could we see this explosion of awesomeness, you ask? Well, if things go according to plan, Ghostbusters 2 is when it's going to happen, and hopefully soon. According to Reitman, not connecting two movies in the reboot felt like a little awkward, but the studio is hard at work on fixing that. We're doing a lot of work about where we go with next with the Ghostbusters. I think one thing that fans have clearly wanted, and so did I, that somehow we tie the worlds together. I think it was a little awkward that it wasn't connected, and we certainly heard from a lot of everybody out there, so I would definitely want to connect all of that. So the girls ain't going away. I don't believe Paul Feig's going away either, which is great. Getting to see Kate McKinnon's Julian Holtzman interact with Bill Murray's Peter Venkman, I couldn't be more on board with that. This just goes to show the studio is restructuring its plans and exploring other options. But hold on a second, because it's not where the intention of the interview universe universe stops. They have many more Ghostbuster plans, international teams, different teams from all over the world for a big Ghostbusters cinematic universe. Now I'm paraphrasing, okay? So here we go. Let me just read the rest of what this says. Both the studio and Reitman would love to see the Ghostbusters teams from all over the world get together at some point to fight ghostly threats with more diverse backgrounds. Ghostbusters, the idea doesn't have to just take place in New York. It can happen all over the world. I think it'd be really cool to see Korean ghosts or Chinese ghosts, all the great traditions in the world, all these historical stories and tales of those people are afraid of. To have a sort of local group of Ghostbusters that maybe tie in with the head office in New York would be fun. That concept sounds like the studio going back to their idea of creating films for different Ghostbusters teams around the world before putting them together in one fight one powerful threat. Just to recap, not only do we get a crossover between the original and new teams, but we'll also get international adventures with other ghost hunting teams. The Ghostbuster franchise has a lot of potential, and going by these plans, Sony is taking full advantage of it. So basically, that is the plan. I've said it over and over again. Ghostbusters Cinematic Universe, nobody wanted to listen. I had suggested a crossover movie before anybody else did, before they even had a team up in the comics that's doing very well. So again, this one time again, Matrixlord212 is right. Ghostbusters 2 is coming, and we get the best of both worlds. We get our original Ghostbusters, we get the new Ghostbusters together, possibly other teams together. Take care. Bye for now.